Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'm going to start with this one. By the way, before I jump into this, I want to let you know that WickedStocks.com put out a stock pick on Tuesday in GitLab. You might want to check that out. That's a very active stock. You're probably more familiar with it than I am, but the chart is on the verge of a buy signal. We give those exact points that, if settled above, should result in meaningful gains, 20% over 3 to 5 weeks and 35% within several months. So check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll get the GitLab stock pick. You'll get last week's stock picks, 2 every week, daily Triple Q, daily SPY, weekly Apple, etc. Go to wickedstocks.com. We offer it for free for your first 5 days. You'll be able to see everything. So we've got 287.77. That is a 2-month channel top that we've tested a lot over the last week and a half. We even closed above it a little over a week ago, only to gap right back below it the following day. That failure to follow through on such a classic buy signal, in and of itself, a sign of weakness. Holding below 287.77 will keep the 217.26 formation in reach as a 2 to 3 week target. Now, downside today, we have 270.68, and that is a 1.5 week channel bottom. We came very close to testing on Tuesday, and if we close today below 270.68, we should see that 270.26 within 2 to 3 weeks. 217.26, well suited to contain at least weekly, if not monthly, selling pressures. Longer term, holding below the upper 280s once again does maintain the possibility, I should say, of the mid 150s, upper 150s, low 160s, 157.23 to 163.33. But as I've been saying, in terms of clarifying this lower zone, long-term significant support as a clear-cut objective, that comes with a settlement in the weeks ahead below 217.26. So it's very stair-step right now. Selling 287.77 up to, now I do have 295.86. That is the channel top to the 270.68 channel bottom. And so I don't like to add numbers, higher numbers. It's becoming an 8-point range now. I know that can be frustrating, especially for, kind of a 1 to 2 week swing trade. It really is. And I'm throwing this out there because of the head fake that occurred over a week ago when we closed above the 287.77 channel top. We came falling right back below it. I just want to prevent the same from happening twice in 2 weeks. And so it really is 295.86, I think, is the more reliable upward continuation point. Now, if we close above 287.77 and not above 295.86, should you go long? I don't like to work in the world of shoulds, but can you go long? Sure. You just want to see a settlement within a day or two after that above 295.86. Then expecting 319.02 within 3 to 5 days. That is a 3/8 upside Fibonacci. But really, closing above 295.86, no good reason to be short, stay short in Tesla as we move into the month of June above 295.86. You want to be long for that 3 to 5 week rally to 370.57 and dropping daily. And that does eventually converge with a 50% retracement level. I don't see it anywhere. I'm looking at my charts. There is a 50% upside retracement in the low 350s. That is right about here. And this descending speed line converges with it over the next couple of weeks. No point in spending a lot of time on that, given the fact that we're so far off that mark. So, once again, you've got 270.68. A classic channel bottom. We did essentially test on Tuesday. Coming off of that 270.68, I'd mentioned how you may consider buying that in anticipation of upward rotation back to 287.77. That is still a valid play, by the way. But if we close below 270.68, that's actually considered an eventuality. Below 287.77, 287.77 is that channel top once again that we closed back below a week ago. That in itself was a sign of weakness. The failure to follow through on a classic or any buy signal that is a significant buy signal is in itself an actionable sell signal, which is where we are still at. holding a short position, staying short, getting short in the upper 280s, expecting 217.26 over the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 3 to 5 weeks with reduced volatility, and closing today below 270.68 would be the final shoe to drop on that scenario. Expecting then 217.26 within 2 to 3 weeks. On the way down, we've got 254.56. That is a 50% downside retracement over the last month and a half of trade. It can contain daily selling pressures on the way down to 217.26. But really, I wouldn't want to get hung up on a long position at 254.56 because I do anticipate 217.26 below 287.77. And if we close below 270.68, no good reason to be long Tesla as we move through next week and into later May, early June. Closing below 270.68. Within 2 to 3 weeks, I would expect 217.26. Where profits can be taken on a short position that may have been already established over the last week or so below the upper 280s, or if we were to settle below 270.68, you can play the short side down to 217.26, 2 to 3 week swing traders. Is there anything else to say? I don't think so. I think I have said it all. All the minor points have been carefully chosen, very tradable levels. Yeah, once again, it really is a settlement above 295.86 that is the pull away factor to the upside, 370.57, then likely by the end of June. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. See the stock pick we put out in GitLab on Tuesday. We've got another one coming on Thursday. You'll see our daily triple Q and SPY analysis, weekly Apple stock, etc., 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 etc. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Thursday's Tesla report, and you have a great day.